Evening, y'all. Hope everything's going well for you and yours. Want to give a quick shout out before I get into all this. A couple of friends of mine are expecting. God bless them. Let's make this world a better place for them youngins. Because that's what it's about. The future. Who's coming after us? Life can be a beautiful thing and it can be an ugly thing at times. And I guess we're experiencing that time, that in between, that was the high point, which is it's over here. The high point's over here, and then I'm not sure how far down this way the headbutt battle is going to be. But speaking of parenthood, this is in regards to COPPA, that little YT agreement that everybody signs or whatever. I don't believe I've signed it. My phone's busted. I can barely get to work half the time. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't care what law you pass. You can kick me off of it. The parents are who decides what a child is or is not to watch. If the parents do not want their children watching my channel, then I guess they better be engaged in their life. I do not need big daddy government or media or any of those individual or conglomerates, however you want to go ahead and label them, to decide how I'm to display what I put on this thing. So you want to come after me, come after me. I don't really care. Now, a couple of things. I work maintenance at a job. Come to find out, and I know just some of you are going to be like, man, this boy is green. Come to find out that this $4 and some odd change tax that I've been paying for the last so many years was actually a federal tax. It was a federal tax because my employer provided uniforms which were required for me to wear on the job. Now, according to Big Daddy government, they call that a benefit. A benefit. So they proceeded to take anywhere from, I don't know, $16 to $23 a month away from me, depending on how you look at it. Probably close to between $230 and $240 a year went to the federal government because my employer provided me with a uniform. Now I know most of you watch this channel, they're like, yeah. Or I should say, you're like, yeah, that's some bullshit. And I agree. But I couldn't get over how many people never heard of it. And then I can't get over also, the more I talk to people, how many people did know about it and aren't more upset. Learn something new every day, I guess. I just, it is, you gotta laugh sometimes. I don't know how I would explain that if I had children. Well, yeah, that's just one of the things that we deal with. I mean, I understand that we've all grown up understanding things differently. And we've all sat there and looked at something and said, well, I'm not going to die on that hill. But goodness gracious, look at the snowball we're dealing with. It's disgusting. It really is. I don't know what else to say to that. Moving kind of on along. I just heard from a friend of mine that Governor Abbott, back in late February, apparently one of his judges went rogue, or a couple of these individuals went rogue, and actually called Biden administration and wanted them to send down, I think they sent 2 plane loads of FEMA mask enforcement officers. Didn't even know that was a thing. I knew they were hiring, but I didn't know that's what they was going to call them. Mask enforcement officers. Well, as much as I disagree with Abbott on him requesting the federal aid, because I don't believe any state should be discussing that matter with the Fed. We need to tell them to start sending it back through the people. If it's in the state, then we can spend it as we see fit. We don't need the government to stockpile some bullshit money and go ahead and feed it where they think, or where whomever they deem worthy requests it to go. So, anyway, these 2 plane loads of FEMA mask enforcement officers were on their way down to Texas. Abbott finds out about it. Pretty much says, you all can take your asses and turn back around. You ain't welcome here. Good on you, Abbott. I'll give credit where credit's due. Kick the federal government out. But let's not stop with that. Keep going. Why don't you kick the IRS out? Or why don't you kick any other enforcement agency that really has no constitutional basis whatsoever? Keep going. You got a good start. But let's see how long you can hold it. As for that, I'm going to let y'all go on this one. You got any other news or ideas, or you want to just plain argue with me? You know where to go. Down in the comments section. Appreciate y'all for hanging on as long as you have, and thanks to all you new subscribers that have been coming along. But as always, never give up the fight. God bless. Be good. Be safe. Dagnabbit. This is what you get when you deal with a busted phone. Come on, dagnabbit.